Hello all and welcome to our crochet yet again for another tutorial. My name is Mary and as you can see in today's tutorial we are doing part 5 of our Lovey. So if you are joining us new today and would like to do this gorgeous Lovey, I will leave links in the description box down below. In fact, I think I'll leave a link to the whole playlist. So you can start from part 1 and work your way through and catch up to us when you are good and ready. In the meantime, we are going to do part 5. Part 5 is the last 3 rows of our blanket. Now, bear with me, guys, because I'm starting to lose my voice. a little bit sick today, and hopefully I don't lose it all the way through the tutorial. You know, I'll try not to talk much, but you know me, guys. I'll just keep going. So, firstly, you will need your blanket, and you will need, yes, your 4.5mm hook that you've been using all along. If you're using another size, then go, by all means, go and find the right size that you are using. You will need your scissors. And yes, I hate to have to admit this, guys, you are going to need that pesky darning sewing weaving needle, whatever you like to call it. And for this particular piece, we are going to use our measuring tape. Now, I've used another one in the past, but I couldn't find it, so I'm going to use this one of my old ones. Now, the reason we need our measuring tape, okay, you don't really need it, but yours truly wanted to make this blanket 10 inches long, and I'm hoping I have reached that 10 inches. If not, it doesn't matter. This is where I'm stopping because I'm getting tired, okay? Oh, well, we're about 9.5 inches. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. No big deal. 10 inches by the time we finish the blanket. How's that? Now, if you guys have gone up to 10 inches, it's okay. Just remember, when we are doing our next 3 rows, I just want to explain to you quickly. Now, if you remember, we had a row of 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. The next row was 2, 2, 2. And then 2, 2, 2. The next row was 1, 2, 1. 2, 2, 2. So every third row, you are putting 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 1 double crochet. In every other row, you will be doing 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. So just all you need to remember is every third row, put in your 1, 2, 1. All right, that's all you need to remember. Now, my last row, the last 2 rows that I finished off with, I had a 1, 2, 1. Then I had a 2, 2, 2. My next row that we're doing today will be a 2, 2, 2. Just remember where you are up to. You may not be up to the 2, 2, 2. You could be up to the 1, 2, 1. It makes a big difference because if you don't do it right, it will start to buckle and, you know, you'll think, oh, she didn't tell me about the buckling. But there you go. But how gorgeous is this blanket? I can't fit it all in. Oh, guys, really have to bear with me today because my throat is so sore. All right. So where we got up to, well, not you, but I did another, I should say 9.5 inches, not 10 now, because I've just realised it's not 10. I did say do 10 inches, but it doesn't matter either way. Again, so long as you are up to, oh gosh, what have I done? Taken too much undone. I do apologise, guys. Let me finish off this last stitch right here. Okay, there you go. Now, before you finish off, oh, I did it. No, that's right. Before you finish off, this particular row, we are going to change colour. If you don't want to change colour, slip stitch to that there. Oh, let me get a nice close up. Sorry, guys. And then slip stitch to the next one. But I'm going to be changing colours. So I'm just going to cast off. Okay. Pull your loop through. If you're not casting off, just slip stitch to that next one. Now, because I've cast it off, I want to change colours. And I'm going to go back to our gorgeous yellow. I love this yellow so much. All right. So we've slip stitched. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. We've slip stitched to our chain. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch, or actually put our hook in the very next stitch. All right, beside the chains. Okay, pull your loop through. Might be too close. Sorry, guys. There we go. Just pass your thread over. What it does is that just locks it into place. It might not because we're not crocheting over it yet. You chain up 3, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Now, again, you've done this before earlier in this row here. So really all you're doing and watching me do is changing colours. So you're just going to put a double crochet in that next stitch. And as you can see, I'm crocheting over the thread. 1, double crochet in the next stitch, 2. All right, just pass that thread over and you can weave that in later, and do weave it in, guys. Don't think that's it. You're going to need to weave that in as well. Now, we may not have the same amount of stitches across, but what I want you to do exactly once we get this row done, go all the way up, not row, it's only a side, it's not really a row. A row now takes us about half an hour or so to do. With me, it takes about 20 minutes, but I'm not sure exactly how long a row will take you to do. We'll just get to this corner and I'll show you what you need to do. And then I'll show you your counts. Okay? Again, if you're joining us new, please click on the links down below and start from part 1. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so I'm in the corner. There's my first double. You may notice that I've done a 1, 2, 1 here. My next row was a 2, 2, 2. So I still need to do 2, 2, 2 in this row. Now, I don't know where you got up to on your count, but remember, if you've done 1, 2, 1 there, you are still up to your 2, 2, 2. I hope that makes sense. So I need to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Now, remembering when we are working down the little valley there, that's what I call it. That's what most people call it too, the valley, because the valley goes down and up. Okay, so when we're working down, remember that stitch right there is actually a stitch. So you need to make sure you pop your 1 double crochet in there, or your first double crochet in there. Okay. All right, so that's that. And I'm going to show you what you need to do once we get down to the bottom of the valley. And then I will, you can head off on your own and finish off this row and come back and join me at the end. Just give me 1 second to get down there. I went fast, but I'm not that fast, guys. Not these days. I'm a little bit slow, and it's what happens when you don't feel 100%. You get a little slow. All right, but as they say, show must go on, right? So here we go. Now, remember when we get down to the bottom here, the bottom of our valley, we skip 1, skip the next one, and we do a double crochet in there. 1 and 2. I just do about 2 or 3 so I can stop and then show you what you need to do. All right, this is what we have done so far. How gorgeous is yellow? I love this yellow. Sorry, guys, I get easily distracted. Okay, so, excuse me. Okay, here we go. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 14 across that way. So initially I should have 14 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. So what you should have is whatever you have across here, you should have the same amount here, the same amount there, and there, and there. So when you get to the end of your row, right there, stop and meet me up and we shall change colours again. Here we are at the end of this row. Okay, I've got my space 1 and space 2, and I am going to slip stitch. Oh, I always have trouble with these slip stitches, don't I? Let's get a nice close up here for you. I'm going to slip stitch into oh, there we go. Now we're under control. So we're going to pull our loop through there, pull it through there, and guess what? We're going to change colours. So we pull up a loop, cut. It is too close, sorry guys. And then we're going to change our thread. That's probably the last time you will see the yellow. Okay. Now, oops, I didn't pull that through properly. There you go. Don't worry too much about the threads. You can weave those in later. But for now, we're going to continue with our next row. This is our second last row, okay? Now this row will have a, for me, I don't know about you, it will have a 1 2 1 in the middle. See how we've got 2 2 2 2 2, and here we had 2 2 2, and then there we had 1 2 1. Well, my next row, because it's a third one, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Every third row will be a 1 2 1. So my next one is a 1 2 1. I'm not sure where you are, but that's where my next one is. Now remember, we're not going to start at the chains. We are going to start in that very next stitch right there, okay? Otherwise we'll have one extra stitch, because those chains are our slip stitching, or our skip stitched. Our skip stitch. You try to say that fast. All right, so now we're going to pass that thread over there, make it nice and long so you can weave it in later. Okay, so chain up. Okay, there you go. Chain up 1 2 and 3. Okay, so we are going to crochet over that thread. Okay, so double crochet in your next stitch. Just give that a bit of a tug. It's not too loose. Double in your next stitch. 3, and in your next 4. I think that's plenty to weave in later. Okay, and then just keep going all the way until you get to, of course, your little middle section, or your top section, top of the hill, or top of the valley, or top of the hill really. That's the valley down there. Okay. All right. It's too easy, yeah? It's easy because it's the same pattern for almost every row, except we are adding the 1 2 1 in the corners on every third row. So it's really quite basic. Okay, so there goes that voice again. Sorry, guys. 1 in there, chain 2, 1 and 2, and another one in there. Okay, and then you just remember that corner stitch right there. Try not to skip it or you'll be one stitch short. Okay, I'm going to just get down to the valley, the bottom of the valley there, and then we'll do some counting. See if I can go a lot faster for now, just to get me down to the valley. Guys, I hope that you are enjoying this series. I'm loving the blanket, I have to admit. Maybe one day I will make a very large blanket like this, but right now we're just focusing on the Lovey Blanket. I think we're almost there. See, now the sides are getting a lot bigger, so it's taking us a lot longer to get through the row. You're probably looking at about 20 minutes to half an hour, maybe 40 minutes to get through a row. Okay, it's taking me about 20 minutes to get through each row, but I usually take my time now, this time of the night. All right, so we're going to count from here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So there we go. So what I would like for you to do is do exactly that. The up and then down all the way across until you get to this side here. Don't cast off, just wait there and I will meet you up, and then we will get ready for our final round. All right, guys, here we are at the end of this row. Now the best part about this row is the very next row is the end. Yay! It's going to be the very last row. However, if you wanted to, and here's a little tip, if you wanted to make a very, very large blanket with this particular pattern, so just keep going all the way through until we get through the size that you like, and then when you're ready to stop, you can stop. But yours truly is actually ready to stop right now, okay? And I'm going to do one more row. Okay, I've got to get it all in now. It's starting to get too big for its little table that we've got here. Let me just finish off this last one right there. All right, so we've got the 2 stitches left. We skip those 2. Sorry guys, I'll blow this up a little bit. skip the 2 and we slip stitch into the top of that chain right there. Now this row is going to be a lot of fun. You've actually done this kind of stitch before. It's called the Picot stitch. So what we're going to do is just slip stitch into that very next stitch as we've been doing all along. Chain up your 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we are going to put double crochets all the way across. It's not a very good angle on the camera today. I don't know why I can't seem to get it right. Oh dear. Okay. All right. You know this part. You've done all this before. Okay, when we get to that tip, this is where we're going to change. The very, very top there. Okay. Well, it's not going to change. We're just going to add the Picot. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. All right, so there's your normal stitches there and your normal stitch there. Now this row here, we are doing 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets in the center there, but do your 2 double crochets first, 1 and 2. Now remember guys, if you cannot do a Picot stitch or you're not sure how this is done, you can actually check out the links below, and I'll have 2 different links on how to do a Picot stitch. Okay, Picot is, you've done your 2 double crochets, you're going to chain 1, 2 and 3. Then you're going to slip stitch into that side stitch there and the side stitch next to it, in front of it that is. Pull a loop through to those 2 stitches and then pull it through that stitch on your hook. Don't panic, I will show you again. But in the meantime, we're just going to put 2 double crochets, whoops, in the center there. 1 and 2, and pull up the loop, and there you go. All right. So this is what you're looking at when you do the other stitches all the way across. You'll have your picots on every corner. So what we're going to do, we are going to pick up speed and jump into these next stitches and do the next few double crochets just through down to the valley there, down to the valley and up on the peak again, so that I can show you how to do the Picot again. Oh dearie me guys, I'm very nasally today. Oh, well, you know, I spent the whole winter not getting sick. Right towards the end, the last few weeks of winter, it came on. Thought I got away with it, didn't I? Thought I was lucky. No, not so much. Oh well, it's only a cold. It's nothing major. There's no temperature. I'm not really, really ill. I'm just very minor. And there you go. Sore throat, cold, you know, the usual. Oh well, whoops. Never mind, that's life. Take your bad with the good, I suppose. All right. So what we're going to do, once we finish this piece today, we are going to stop it there, and we're going to do, we're going to do part 6 of the tutorial, either in 2 days' time or next week. And that will be attaching the head to the blanket. But before we attach the head, the reason I'm doing a separate part is I want to do some hair on the amigurumi before I attach it to the blanket. Okay, so if I attach it to the blanket today, it means my next tutorial will be the hair, and it's going to be very fiddly while it's hanging off the blanket. So we're going to put the hair on first and then attach the head to the blanket. So that can be a whole new tutorial next week. Oh, I've just skipped a stitch. Making the hair and attaching the head to the blanket can be a separate tutorial, okay? Otherwise, this tutorial here is going to go on for an hour. Who wants to sit here for an hour, okay? Okay, nearly there at the top of your little mountain. That's what I'm calling it. Alrighty. There we go. Now your next step would be your 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do your 2 double crochets, or 1 and 2. Then you're going to do your picot. Nice little close up there. Chain 1, 2 and 3. Alright, so you pop your hook in that stitch on the side and the stitch in front on the side. Pull the loop through and pull the loop through there. Then you do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So instead of doing your chains, you're doing your picot, okay? And you do a double crochet in your next stitch, and one in the next, and one in the next. And then we're going to stop for a minute so I can show you what you're doing. All right, this is what you're doing so far. All right, okay, so you're going to do all your stitches that way. Picot in the corner, 2, picot 2, stitches there, stitches up, 2, picot 2, and then stitches across. Now, before you go on, this is what you should have. Well, if you're the same as me, then make sure you have these sides exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You should have 15 on each side. Or not in your case, in my case. I don't know how many stitches you have, but each side should be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that should be a 15 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 on each side and a picot on the top. Oh, how cute does that picot look? I like. All right, I love. I know, I always say that, but I do love. I love a good picot. Now, yours truly, over the past 7 or 8 months, was working on your double crochet V-stitch, and I did quite a few items on the double crochet V-stitch, and now I'm doing the few items on the picot stitch. However, I'm thinking that this will be pretty much the last item we do on picot stitches for a little while. And that's the same with the double crochet V-stitch. We did spend quite a few months working on them. We've stopped for a while. We may start again in a few months' time, or add 1 double crochet V-stitch with picot stitch. Who knows? I haven't decided yet. But in the meantime, what I would like you to do is to go ahead and finish this row until you get to, whoops, I nearly went too far, to there. Slip stitch into your chain. Well, just actually till you get to there and wait for me there. All right. All right, guys, here we are at the end of the row. Okay, we're about to slip stitch into our very top chain of, oh, this one here. I know I do them so tight, don't I, guys? Nearly there. Oh, that's not too bad. I've had tighter before. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch. I told a lie. We're going to slip stitch through that top chain and slip stitch into our last stitch. Sorry, guys. A bit too far away, wasn't it? Chain 1, pull up a loop as high as you want it to go, because you are going to be weaving in this end in a minute. All right. Now, while I was off air, I weaved in all my other ends. I left the yellow so that I can show you exactly how to weave that in, guys. Just bear with me. My cough is not good. So just bear with me, guys. It's only very minor. I'm not severely sick, so that's a bit of a bonus. Weave in your yellow end. Here we go. Or whatever colour you used. Now, this is the right side, so I'm going to pop right through that little gap there and pull the yellow back through this way. Okay, now it's a very tricky one, this one, okay, because there's really no place to put it. So all I could think of doing is splitting the yarn like that. See how I've split the yarn there? All right, just splitting that yarn, pulling your thread through there, and again splitting the yarn there, pulling your thread through there, and then weaving in and out of these green spots right there. But make sure that you cannot see the needle there. Whoops, sorry. There. All right, because if you can see it there, you're going to be able to see it go through the green, but it's not visible. So we are going to pull that through. Now we're going to go back the other way, grab a thread from anywhere you like, and just go back the other way. Before you pass that through, just check you can't see a needle. You can't, and there you'll go. You want to go back the other way, you can. Yours truly is, because I'm a bit of a stickler on these things. Okay, let's have a look. No needle. Perfect. Pull it through. I know you didn't see that, but it doesn't matter. You knew what I was doing. Okay. All right. So that is that. When you get an opportunity, weave in that end as well. Guys, you have completed your Lovey Blanket. Woohoo! Thank you so much for joining me today with part 5 of our tutorial. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button, hit the bell button so that you can receive further tutorials in your inbox. And yes, guys, guess what? It's ciao for now.